Now, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You have already learned how to connect our test set to this circuit breaker to be tested. We have the connection done, and we are about to start with the testing. The first operation I do is to power on. As I do, you see there is this diagnostic that is run. All LEDs should be on because this is the check that we do. And then once the check is over, you have here these lights telling you the status of the circuit breaker. It is not easy to be seen, but this one and then the other two LEDs are on, telling me that the circuit breaker is closed. Why is it closed? It should be opened. We have opened it. It is closed, it is seen closed, because I still have the grounding on both sides. So now you are ready to operate, and before starting you have to remove the grounding on one of the two sides of the circuit breaker. About this operation that puts some degree of unsafety on your testing, we will discuss this later on when we will discuss the both sides grounded option. Anyway, what I am doing now is I am removing the grounding on one side. Okay? As I do, you see I have the red light turning off and the green light on. This means that the circuit breaker is open. Okay? Now, the operation is straightforward. I am already ready. I don't want to tell you about all settings on the test that I have to conduct, but for instance, what you can do here now is to load a setup or delete a setup and so on. In case you have forgotten what you did, remember, restore default. Okay? So you are sure that parameters settings are the default values. Okay? Once you do it, you can go to the menu if you want, and then start setting up trigger option, test option, recording options, and so on. I want to operate immediately without losing too much time, and what do I want to do? The circuit breaker is open, okay? So the first operation will be close it, and I can record the timing during the close. And next I will go to open, close, open. That is the most severe sequence that the circuit breaker must withstand. Okay? Setting the test is immediately performed by pushing here this button. Now it is set on open, but it is already open, so I go to close. Once I have done it, I just press start. The test is in progress. This buzzer is telling you that you are about to start the test. You are psychologically ready to the burst, to the big noise that the circuit breaker is doing during the operation. The noise that you have heard is, I believe, 1/10 as compared to a very high voltage circuit breaker. Okay, so this is the screen. On the screen, what you see, again, this is the default situation, is up here the current into the coil. You see, this is a typical shape. This is the moment where actually the trigger has been released. Next, you have here the recording of the three phases that have opened after, have closed after the close command. Okay? Now you can just go to the menu and save result. As you enter here, you have the possibility to give a name to your test. So it is test 1 or test open, close, sorry. Okay, and I say for instance 1. Okay, as I press, the result is saved into the memory of the test set. So later on we will download it to the computer. Now, before starting the open-close open sequence, as I told you before, excuse me, I have to go to the test diagram if I want to change the setting. Before doing it, I want to do another thing. I want to enable the recording of the analog channel, excuse me, the auxiliary contact. Breaker auxiliary channel settings. Okay? So, you see, the main contacts are here, ABC1, and about auxiliary inputs I have to check the number 1. I can label it as closed. Sorry, I had to delete. That's it, closed. And for the 2, I labeled it open. Okay, that's it. It is dry, no voltage on it, on them. Okay. Now I come back to the test diagram, and the difference is that I will not only see the main contacts, but I will also see the auxiliary contacts. We go. Start. And here we are. What do we have here is the open coil current, the closed coil current, but I don't see the next open coil current. Why? Because I forgot changing the test recording duration. Once I have set the breaker auxiliary contacts, there is another thing that I have to do, that is set the recording option. Why? Because I must be sure that the recording duration covers the complete sequence of open, close, open. So I go here and I see open coil duration, close coil duration. Open to close delay is 300 milliseconds, which corresponds to the standard reclose delay, and this is good. Close to open delay 300 milliseconds, it is good because we can say this is the instance of close on to fault. Pre-trigger, okay, 50 milliseconds, 2 kHz. Recording duration, this value is too short. Why? Because I have 50 milliseconds of pre-fault, then 300, then 300 is 600, 650. I program here 800 milliseconds, that is 0.8 seconds, so that the complete sequence is displayed on the screen.